We have got a weird multi-tool today. This is going to be a hammer multi-tool. This will be made by Totes. This probably came in a Father's Day or a Christmas gift package. No longer sold, unfortunately, but I'll leave a link to a Byberry multi-tool that looks way better than this, sold on Amazon. Short story, someone told me that I should review a hammer multi-tool, and I found one of these at a consignment store. I talked the guy into giving me this for $3. Do you think I spent way too much on this multi-tool? Well, wait to the end, leave some comments below, let me know what you think. Let's get started. Now, first of all, this hammer multi-tool does have some decent heft to it. I feel like it definitely could be good for one thing, hanging pictures. Probably one of the only things you'll use this for, but I think it actually could do a decent job for that. Maybe you could use this at the back to pull out some very small nails, but probably you won't be using it for too much more than that, the hammer. All right, so let's look at the pliers. How good are these pliers? Well, they are very boxy pliers, very awkward to use. I guess you can use these, but it's sort of like using dinosaur teeth. So, not the greatest pliers out there. One of the things before we get too far is you do have some grip on these pliers. Supposedly, you could even grab some bolts with these. I won't really trust that too much. And then we have got these lovely wire cutters. Now, let's go ahead and try these out. Now, these small wires are notorious for tripping up wire cutters. Let's see how good this does. This will cut like that. It won't cut. So it's another wire masher. I've got a couple of these wire mashers now. So let's go ahead and bring out a little bit thicker copper wire. And what do we have? Well, if you use a ton of force and ruin your fingers, it does cut. Now, I've already tried to cut coat hanger a couple times, and I don't want new tattoos on my fingers, so I don't want any scars or anything, so I'm not going to try to do that again. So I learned that the hard way. All right, so let's go ahead, close this up. You've got the spring, and then you use this latch here to close it up like so. All right, so let's go ahead and look at this tool. And we have got one of the most useless tools on this tool. We have got the serrated knife. So let's go ahead and try to cut some paracord. This is going to be fun. We're going to cut and try to cut some more and try to cut some more. And it's really damaged that hardly at all. So this works far better if you just want to chop into something fairly soft. It will actually do that. It works better as a saw than a serrated knife, to be honest. You've got a file, probably not that good, and you've got this large screwdriver. Now, one of the odd things about this is it actually is locking. You've got this huge China symbol, in case you need to know where this is from. And so you have got it locking. You actually have to bring out another tool that moves this back spring back, and then you can get the other tool and it locks into place. So you've got this Phillips driver, which surprisingly doesn't look that bad. And then you have got this combo tool here. And then you run into this issue where you've got some tools out here. They're sort of locked, and you have to bring another tool out. Let's see, is that going to unlock it? Almost. Is that going to unlock? There we go. Finally got that back. All right. So now I've got this stuck out. So we have this tool here, and you try not to cut yourself. And this is going to be another tool I would consider fairly useless for me, maybe not for you, but it is a bottle cap lifter, can opener, and these lovely wrenches. Now, I have never needed to use this to undo any bolts. I would never use that. But anyway, if that's something you find useful, maybe that's something that could be of use to someone else. And then we have this knife. And this, well, let's just try this out. So I am just shocked. I never expected to find a sharp knife on this tool. So the serrated knife is one of the worst I've ever seen, probably the worst I've ever seen. And this knife has to be one of the sharpest I've ever seen. So just very, very surprising. Now, granted, I'm sure it'll lose its edge within a minute or so, but it is very shocking that it is as sharp as it is. All right, so let's gingerly try to get this knife blade that's actually a little bit sharp closed. And we have to bring this tool out, then we can, there we go. All right, so final thoughts. Was this worth $3? Maybe. I'll probably throw this in my toolbox, use this for when my wife wants me to put up pictures. It'll probably work fine for that. For heavier duty task, no, I don't think I'd use this. One of the main reasons is because this will dig into your hands. So that is definitely a very big detriment. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.